All right. Good evening, everyone. It's just about 8 o'clock on Saturday evening, and just getting putting the wraps on a nice day. It turned out to be. So, with that, we were going. That'll be about the best news we'll get in a while. Uh, it's gonna turn into a not so nice day tomorrow. Nice, not so nice. Ooh, if I could talk, not so nice next couple of days. All right, so let's just start out with what's going on outside my house right now. Temperature is about 26 degrees. With the sunshine this afternoon, we actually got above freezing, about 34 degrees. That, oh my gosh, that will feel like you're on the beach when it comes to the next couple of days, that's for sure. All right. So, like I said, it's quite chilly out there, but again, it'll feel pretty warm here when we talk about what's coming our way, which, as I mentioned in my written briefing before, it's hard to describe really what's coming our way. Now, I will say this: it's one of those things that look. I mean, number one, this winter type storm stuff doesn't happen very often in our area, and it hasn't happened yet. I'm not saying it's not going to. I think it will, but until you actually see it, it is kind of hard to wrap your mind around. And I'm even still there because I know all the pictures that have been painted on the blizzards and all this, and I am certainly not saying that's not going to happen, but it's just surreal until you actually see it. And probably when you do see it, it probably will be surreal. So, with that, let's just get to it. All right. So, let's go to the satellite picture here. And I wanted to show this to you because, again, you saw some clearing earlier today. And now, of course, the clouds are coming back in. And what I wanted to point out specifically is this little band right here and then this little area right here. So, I'm kind of in the way there. Let me see if I can. Actually, I won't be able to do that. Okay, anyway. So that's our storm system that's coming, headed our way overnight. This is the storm system that we've been talking about for a long time, probably a week. And this is what's going to bring us our bad weather. Really, probably, I don't think much is going to happen until after midnight, and probably not till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. But then I think, especially around 10 in the morning, around noon, tomorrow, I think our weather will really start to go downhill. So let's see what the models are saying about that. All right, so I got several here. I just kind of want to give you an idea. This is a North American model. And if you kind of put this, I think I can do this manually here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's in the morning. That's about noontime. Tomorrow, so you can see it's predicting a pretty good swath of snow there. That's into the evening hours, overnight hours, Sunday, Monday, and then of course it goes out to the east after that, sometime on Monday. That's one model that shows that. The next model is a GFS, and let's see where I'm way ahead on that one. Let's go back here a little bit. Okay, so again, same sort of thing. You can kind of see the snow coming out of West Texas in the morning, hitting our area about noon. There's a little bullseye. That's Tarrant County, but close enough. Little bullseye there. So this is a GFS, and they're predicting snow. And then, of course, they'll go on down to the southeast. And the one thing that we won't talk a whole lot about right now is the storm that's supposed to come on Wednesday. And it's going to be that may it's hard as it is to believe that may be worse than the one we're going to get tomorrow on Monday. And I wanted to show that one real quick. This one does not want to go like I want it to. Oh, boy, it's just skipping all over the place. Let's see if I can back this up here. The beauty of live. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to do this here. Okay, so this is what concerns me. And I don't want to get too much, like I said, I don't want to get too much into Wednesday right now, but this is what concerns me a little bit because the models tend to trend a little bit more toward a sleet ice type situation than snow, and that's the last thing we need, especially after this cold weather we're going to have tomorrow. And let's go to another. This is a higher resolution model, and you can see this puts everything in place here tomorrow. You can see I'll just put these frame by frame, and you can see the snow bands coming in. So this is middle of the day toward the evening hours. There's really not much doubt if you believe this model, which I do, that it's going to snow, and it's going to snow quite a bit here. And I'll show you those totals in a second. So you can kind of see this is a high resolution model, and those high resolution models are just short-term models. They don't go too much far into the future, so they tend to be pretty accurate. Okay, so let's just get to what everybody wants to talk about is snowfall, and that's not the right one. So let's go. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to back up here. So this is a pretty reliable snowfall predictive model, if you will. And so if you put this in motion here, and this is starting tomorrow, and you can see after this first storm, 2-3 inches in Dallas-Fort Worth. That's, you're kind of seeing that. I think you're seeing more of a 3 to 5 inch type prediction, but we'll see. And then, of course, according to this model, you get off into East Texas, and it's a lot more. And then this is our little snowfall winter event on Wednesday. You can kind of see it adding up there. So if this model were to be right, then overall we'd be looking about 10 inches of snow. That would be quite the snowfall. Now the GFS does predict not so much a lot of snow in East Texas, but snow in Oklahoma, more of the snow in Oklahoma. And if you back this up here a little bit, you can kind of see, let's see if this wants to work for me. Yeah, so with the first snowfall, it'd be 4 inches for Dallas-Fort Worth. And then, of course, you get into the second storm, add another 6 inches on top of that. So I show all these models just to say that, yes, it's winter is, of course, winter has been here already, but winter is going to come with a vengeance starting tomorrow, but especially Monday night and Tuesday, really all day Monday and Tuesday. It's just really going to get cold, and I'll talk about that. Matter of fact, we'll just transition into that right now. Okay, so I wanted to show you a couple of these infographs, if you will, to kind of give you an idea. So, of course, the National Weather Service has issued winter storm warning for the whole area, the whole forecast area, not just Dallas-Fort Worth. And so the next middle one there is the approximate arrival time of moderate to heavy snow, and you can kind of see the pink, noon to 3, the orange there in the middle, 3 to 6, and the yellow, 6 to 9. And then, of course, they're predicting 4 to 6 inches of snow for most everybody. I can promise you it'll be very, very, very variable. Say that real fast. It might be 4 inches, it might be 6. Some people might just get 1 or 2. So that's just the nature of those type systems. Okay, so timing, not much is going to happen before midnight. I think after midnight, like I said, you're going to see, and you will probably see some sleet and freezing rain early on, but then it's going to quickly transition to snow tomorrow morning. And then the heavy snow would be tomorrow evening into Monday morning. So that's definitely the time frame. And then, of course, the wind is going to be a big problem starting tomorrow evening. And we'll talk a little bit about that in here in just a second. And so that's the timing of everything. And then, so like I said, tonight and tomorrow morning, about 19 degrees. It's going to be chilly, that's for sure. The wind's going to be blowing. Not quite as hard as it's going to be on Monday. So it's going to be rather chilly tomorrow morning, that is for sure. And snowfall probabilities, again, there's just about 100% chance we're going to see snow. Now, are we going to see 2 inches or 4 inches? That's always the $1 million question. I think we will see at least a couple of inches. It may be a lot more, but I just don't think we'll see anything less than that. I think we've got a really good chance of seeing a good amount of snow. Now, this is what I want to talk about toward the end. So here's the most concerning part about this whole situation for me, and all the years I've been watching the weather, is the temperature. Now, as crazy as it sounds, I think Steve McCauley talked about this. This air mass we've had the last couple of days, it's really a Canadian air mass. It's not really technically from the North Pole. This cold front that's going to come through tomorrow, when the wind really picks up and the dew point drops, that's going to be air truly from the Arctic Ocean. I guess it's Arctic. And we don't see that very often. Once every at least once every 5 years, it's getting into the teens, but we don't really get into the single digits very often. Like I said, last time we got into the single digits was 1996. And then, we haven't got below zero since 1989. And that was one day, and there was no wind. That's not going to be the case coming Sunday night, Monday night. So as you can see, into tomorrow night, you're probably talking about wind chills near zero. And then, tonight in the morning, near zero. And then Sunday night, Monday night, minus 11, minus 16. And we just don't see that very often. And then Monday night into Tuesday night, minus 7. So those are wind chills, not temperatures. But it's just we don't see that very often. And so, as I was saying before, I think the most dangerous time for wind chill will be in the it'll definitely be a problem tomorrow. But tomorrow, Sunday night, Monday morning, and then Monday night, Tuesday morning will be our most dangerous time for that because we just don't see wind chills that much. Now it's that low. Now as far as temperatures. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to start out in the 20s, and then we're going down into the teens, for the rest of the day, and then we'll end up in the single digits come Monday at some point, and then it'll stop snowing probably around noonish, something like that. But the wind's going to be blowing. You're talking 15, 25 miles an hour, and I don't even want to use the B word, which is blizzard. I don't think technically we'll meet that criteria, but for us here in Texas, it probably will feel like one. That's right. And when you look outside, it'll probably seem that way. But like I said, it's really hard to wrap your head around that because, like I said, we really haven't ever seen that, and that's the trouble I have intellectually because it just doesn't happen. It really doesn't happen ever, and so I'm just a little hesitant to just get too quote unquote excited about that because I'm just one of those things. I guess you have to see it to believe it, I guess you could say. But there's a good chance that will happen. The temperatures. So Monday evening, Tuesday morning will probably be the bottom out of this air mass. And right now, the predicted low temperature for Sachse is 2. If it clears out, it's not really supposed to clear out much, but if it does clear out after the system moves through Monday evening, then if it does actually clear out, then of course, you won't have that blanket of clouds that kind of keeps the temperature up, quote unquote, up a little bit. Any solar radiation that's left would radiate out, and that would really drop temperatures. I think if that were to happen, then I think it might get below 0. I really do. But like I said, it'd be unlike 1989 to where you didn't have any wind then. You would still have wind here, and that's what's going to make it. That's just going to be the biggest issue, I think. So the bottom line is this: tonight, if you haven't, done all your preparations, you still have a little time to do that. Because I just don't want to tell someone that it won't really start doing much until 10 a.m. or noon tomorrow, because it may do that earlier now. I don't want you to be stuck where you could have did something tonight. But I think as the day goes on tomorrow, it will go downhill. From a weather standpoint, from a temperature standpoint, from a wind standpoint, it just will. And so you just don't want to have to go outside if you don't have to. You certainly don't want to have to travel. And then overnight Sunday into Monday morning will probably be the worst of it. And then, then things will slowly start to kind of come out of it for a day. And I'll get to that in just a second. It has potential to be pretty bad. So it's, not trying to alarm anybody. It's just be prepared. Make sure that you got everything in order and your pipes are protected, and just make sure that you may be stuck in your house for a couple of days. That just from a travel standpoint, from a road standpoint, you just may be stuck in your house. So just make sure you're prepared for that. Okay, so now I kind of briefly mentioned this. This is not the only weather system that we would talk about. So once all this is done, this is Wednesday's map. And as you can see in the purple, that would be snow. In the greenish, it would be freezing rain. Now, the last thing we need is a coat of ice over all this stuff. So this is a little further away, so we'll know a little bit more about this after we get through this first one. But if the indications are correct, we may have more snow. If it's all snow, we may have more snow with this system than what we're going to have tomorrow, believe it or not. So it's just crazy. It's crazy. So we'll talk more about that once we get through this one. Okay, so I wanted to end on a little radar tour. So let's go to the radar here. So I just wanted to show you this because this is the first indications of snow showing up on radar. Now this is way out in Amarillo. Let me pull my other screen up here. Oops, I'm going to do this. Let me transition over here. Okay, there we go. So this is Amarillo and the Amarillo radar site, and we'll put that into motion there. And Yeah, it's a little snow band there. Now it doesn't look like much, right? Because it's so far away, but that's the beginnings of our system. So that's what we expect to, move across our area starting mid morning, I would guess. And I'm cautious to do things on the fly here, but I'm going to try. Let's see. Why is it not? Yeah, that's why you don't do things on the fly, Jeff. Okay, anyway. So, you can kind of see that's. I just want to show that because that's the beginning. Okay, so I just looking here at the comments. Leslie Williams, the moment we've been waiting for. Well, I don't know about that, but it's. I did want to come on and just kind of just go over what we have been talking about the last couple of days. So I would say this is that it's going to be a storm we probably haven't seen really around here, probably in our lifetimes. I've lived here my whole life. I hate to say it that way because look, winter forecast, as we all know, can be a bust in North Texas. I don't think it's going to be a bust by any means, but it may not be a blizzard either. So you just kind of have to find the middle ground there. But with that being said, obviously you're going to keep watching it, and we'll know a lot more in probably about 12 hours, how this is going to evolve. Just like I said, just be prepared. Just be prepared that if you aren't going to be able to leave your house for a couple of days, just think like that. I'm not saying that that's actually going to happen, but just kind of think that way and make sure that you have everything. Because like I said, you still have tonight to do last minute things if you need to do that. Okay, so that's about all I had this evening, and I am going to go back to this page. Just here, hold on, just a second. Let me do this. Oh my goodness, Jeff. I wanted to see what. Here we go. Let's do this. All right, I'm trying to get back to my screen. There we go. Okay. So just to wrap everything up, like I said, it's about 26 degrees now. That will be the highest temperature we'll see probably in about 2 days. So assuming that we all keep our power with us, cross our fingers and hope we do, check back on the website, sachseweather.com. I will, when appropriate, I'll do some more live updates, but I'll also do some more written updates. And again, I appreciate everyone watching, and just be safe. And like I said, it's nothing to panic over. But, like I said, just be prepared. And we all want to see snow, but we don't want to see, the frigidly cold temperatures. We don't want to see our power system strained and all that. But, it is what it is sometimes. So I just, like I said, I'll keep everybody updated and enjoy the calm before the storm tonight. As always, I'm watching the weather, so you don't have to. If you have questions, I'll be watching my social media feed. I'll certainly try to answer them. But like I said, it's about 8:15, and you have time to chill and relax tonight and enjoy the evening. 'Cause I think the next couple of days will be exciting. Not always in the good sense, let me put it that way. I appreciate everyone watching. I appreciate everyone watching, and we will talk to you soon.